Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Daniel's son. I'm doing a review. This is probably the most special review that I've ever done since I've been doing fragrance reviews on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I had to actually dress up. I put on my best dress up sweater just for this review. It is going to be on Jaïpur Homme by Boucheron. I got the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum. I'm doing like a double review on these. And before I get to the review, um, I'll show you the presentation and a little bit of history about Boucheron. The boxes to these, the Eau de Parfum and the Eau de Toilette, are basically the same. It's just the EDT and the EDP is the difference. The color is beautiful. I really like the color, and it's got nice writing on it, and it's got a gold border all the way around it. It's sort of minimal information on the box, which actually I sort of like that. As far as the Boucheron, Boucheron has been around for a very long time. They've been around since 1858, founded by Frederic Boucheron. They are a company or a house that does very high-end jewelry, necklaces, rings. They do very high-end watches, and they do very high-end fragrances. And so they are very well known in the world of high-end jewelry and fragrances and boutique type of stuff. The bottles I like a lot. The bottles are basically the same between the EDT and the EDP. Um, I like it. It's sort of, I don't know, it reminds me a little bit of maybe like a palace entrance or a temple. But as far as the cap, you got to be really careful with the cap because these are on very tight. And I've heard people saying that they're worried about pulling the atomizer off. So you got to be really careful about, I sort of twist mine a little bit and pull it off slowly so I won't mess up the atomizer. But the cap, I think the cap represents a sapphire because they use a lot of sapphires in their jewelry, in their necklaces and rings and things like that. And this is one of the blue sapphires that they use in their jewelry. I believe it's called a cabochon sapphire, but it's a very beautiful, elegant bottle. As far as the fragrance, I'll give you the notes of what the website of Boucheron website says. I'm probably not going to ever go back on FragranceNet. Well, I don't know. I can't say that, but I'm just not going to go back on Fragrance for Granitica or Base Notes that much anymore. If I can get the notes on the website itself, I'll get the notes off the website because for Granitica and Base Notes are just too different. But as far as Boucheron website, the notes are top notes are clove and bergamot. The heart notes are cinnamon, nutmeg, and violet. The base notes are vanilla and amber. And after wearing this, I just don't see how these could be all the notes, to tell you the truth, because these two fragrances are so complex and so beautiful and so rich that I just don't see how these could be the only notes unless it's just so well blended together by the perfumer that it just smells this incredible. And but that's what the website says the notes are, but it just seems to me that it's more complex, and it just seems like there would be more notes to me in it than what it is. Um, as far as the performance on these two, incredible performance on these. The Eau de Toilette, I'm looking on my skin 10 to 12 hours, and projection 3 to 4 hours. And on the Eau de Parfum, the longevity for me is 13 to 16 hours, and the projection is, it seems like it's forever, 5 or 6 hours as far as the projection on the EDP. As a matter of fact, the Eau de Toilette, I wouldn't consider it an Eau de Toilette. I would consider this an Eau de Parfum because of how rich and deep it is and the performance. And as far as the Eau de Parfum, I would consider this like an extrait or a parfum concentration, because these are extremely rich and extremely powerful. And I don't mean powerful as in like in your face. It's a really smooth and beautiful scent, but it is like very well pronounced. It will let you know you are around. My God, I'm not even sure what to say about these. I know it's going to sound like I'm exaggerating, but out of all the fragrances that I have, and out of all the reviews I've done praising fragrances, nothing comes close to this. Either one of them, even the Eau de Toilette, is just extremely rich and extremely deep, but nothing comes close to these two. I guess the Yves Saint Laurent Opium is in the same like group or family, but these two are way on a completely different level than anything that I have. To me, this is extremely exotic, extremely oriental. It's creamy, it's a little bit powdery. The scent is massive, but it's sort of hard for me to explain. It projects so much, but it's not in your face. It's just the most pleasing, beautiful scent. And it's not harsh at all. It is so smooth, and that vanilla and amber in the base, and those beautiful spices, the oriental spices, the clove and the cinnamon and nutmeg and the violet is just blended so well together that it's just by far the best fragrance that I've ever experienced in my entire life. As a matter of fact, I have 200 mils of the Eau de Parfum and 200 mils of the Eau de Toilette. I like this so much, and there's very few fragrances that I do that with. But I love this so much. I love this fragrance so much that it's so different from anything else that I have. I'm actually even thinking about ordering another 100 mil of each of these. But yeah, I don't know if it really does have any more notes, but if it does, they're not telling me, because I've actually emailed them, because I told them that I do fragrance reviews and I wanted to be very, very detailed about it, and they haven't emailed me back about anything. So, but I just smell other things in there to me other than those, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. It just seems like there's more exotic spices and exotic floral in there to me. But like I said, maybe it's just blended so well together, that they did such a good job. It doesn't need any more notes to it. But the sprayer on these are incredible. Like I said, be careful with the pulling off the cap because it's very snug. But the sprayer is excellent. Perfect sprayer. And it just smells so beautiful. I could smell this if I had if I had to, if somebody said you have to pick one fragrance for the rest of your life and you couldn't have any more fragrances, it would be Jaïpur. Either one of these, it doesn't matter. This is by far my number one, and I hate to say that because all my fragrances are like my kids, you know, and that's like saying you love one child more than the other, but this is on a different level, way on a different level than anything I ever have. So yeah, and for $20 for the EDT for 100 mil and $30 for the Eau de Parfum for 100 mil, you're out of your mind if you don't get these for that price. I would pay way over what I set my rule for. 60 cents a mil is what I set my limit for. But I would make an exception for these two. I would pay well over that for this. I would save up my money and spend $100 easy on these fragrances. The most beautiful exotic oriental vanilla creamy, a little bit powdery fragrance that's perfect for me. So anyway, if y'all have any questions, put them in the comment section, and I'll put all the links in the description so you can get these. How they're so inexpensive, I have no idea. I think most people, if they would smell them, they would pay $200+ for these. So if you can get them for that price, you're crazy not to. But anyway, I think I want to do my next review on Encre Noir Sport and Encre Noir à l'Extreme next. I think I want to do a combo of these two. You might be surprised at the outcome of this. Maybe the ones that know me probably won't be surprised, but I'm going to do a combo video next on that. Sorry about my voice. I think I'm losing my voice. I got a little bit of a sore throat. But anyway, if you have any comments, just leave them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. All right. Love y'all. Bye.